What's up everybody, this is Dave from Dave's E-Bikes, and this is the second in our series of videos on range tests for my Lectric XP3. This test, we're going to test the 14 amp hour or the long range battery to see just how long we can ride this throttle only. So just like our last test, we are going to leave this in pedal assist 3 with a fully charged battery, and we'll show you that right now. As soon as I finish this turn right here, you will be able to see that our voltage on our voltage meter is about 52, 53, 54 is a full charge on a 48 volt battery. This is our 48 volt 14 amp hour battery. This is the battery that Lectric calls their long range battery. So similar to the last test, we're doing throttle only, pedal assist 3, which is how I usually ride. Now, to my surprise, the last test, which was the standard battery, the 10.6 amp hour battery, we were able to ride for probably somewhere in the vicinity of an hour, 15 minutes to an hour and a half. We were able to get the full 20 miles that Lectric says is their, for lack of a better word, theoretical range. Now we say theoretical range because of the fact that a typical range test takes someone who is roughly 170 pounds, puts them in pedal assist 1, and they're on mostly level flat ground for their range. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is not me. I am approximately 300 pounds. I am 6 foot tall, so I am not exactly the 170 pound rider in their theoretical range. But with that being said, I have to tell you that we were able to get 20 miles. So the real question is, how many miles are we going to get with this battery? Now, let's go to theoretical. I believe theoretical range on this battery is going to be 30 miles. I will put the chart up here. I could be wrong. I'll put the chart up here now. But let's just say that the theoretical range of the other battery was 20 miles. A battery that is just about 1.5 times as strong should get us 1.5 times the distance. So that would be 30 miles if we were able to get 1.5 times the distance of the theoretical range on that original battery, or standard battery, I should say. But that's what we're out here to find out. Good news is, it's not as windy as it was earlier today. I waited a little bit, even though I think my microphone didn't pick up any of the wind last time, except for maybe a few of the gusts. It's a little warmer today. I still have my gloves on, based on how cold my hands got last time. And I'm going to go the same exact way, at least for the start of the test, that I did last time. We may end the test in the dark, but we shall see. Now we have hit the 3 mile mark here, just to give everybody an update. So now we are 3 miles in. I will say, I do notice, and maybe it's just me, but I do notice that this battery is a little bit more sluggish getting started at, say, a stop sign. I believe it's got us traveling at a slightly higher speed under pedal assist 3 than the standard battery. We'll keep tabs of that though. All right, we have just hit the 5 mile range in our test here. And I'll give you a little bit of info about the Lectric XP3. This is a foldable e-bike weighing in approximately 60 pounds without the battery. Therefore, it's pretty easy to fit in the back of a vehicle. This bike has a 500 nominal watt motor, rear hub motor, that also has 1,000 watts peak power, 7 gears, hydraulic brakes, 5 pedal assist modes, front shocks that you can set and can lock out. There are no rear shocks on this bike, so it does not have a full suspension, but instead it has a suspension seat post and comfort seat with springs that should allow and account for your rear suspension. So as we pass 6 miles here, I will tell you, this is the hill that surprised us last time. We were not prepared for this hill, but since we included it in the range test last time, we're going to include it in the range test this time as well. so that it's an equal playing field. This is the one and only gigantic hill that we will be facing during this. There are some hills, ups and downs, obviously. I do not live on a flat, in a flat level area, so that is not going to happen during this range test. You will see the bike struggle slightly going up this hill. And this is what I was talking about. I believe last test, we ended up slowing down to approximately 4 miles an hour to get up to this, to the top of this hill. Once we get up to the top though, it gets back to normal speed. Obviously not great for the battery and the motor, but to be honest with you, it was in the last test. It's only fair if we include it in this test. As we hit 10 miles here, we're gonna take a look at a couple things. First off, let's look at our battery bar. On our battery bar, we went down 1 bar, but it looks like it came back when we slowed down to make the turn. But while we're here, let's also check out the voltage that we're running. So we are currently at 48.5 volts, and we are 10 miles in. So right now, we are doing pretty good. This is where we hit a couple of little hilly areas of it, but it's nothing major that it hasn't done before. So for this next bunch of stuff, basically we'll be doing kind of like a little loop back and forth to sort of maintain the exact same standards we used the last time. All right, everybody. So we have now just passed the 15-mile range, which theoretically should be the halfway point of this ride. Now that we've hit 15 miles, some interesting things are showing up. The first of which is that our battery bar is now at halfway. It has sort of fluctuated above half and just below half for the last probably 2 miles, I would say. And we are now showing at halfway on that battery bar. Now, I will tell you that the battery bar doesn't really mean too much. So let's check out the voltage real quick while we're here. Voltage now is 46. So we're at 15 miles in and our voltage is still at 46. Let's keep going. Now, just to keep you guys informed, since we are at 15 miles, just to let you know how long we've been riding here. We have been riding for 57 minutes, so almost an hour. So we're at 57 minutes and 43 seconds. And so we've done 15 miles in almost 16 miles in approximately an hour. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 19.7 miles. And if you recall, it was just after this turn up ahead on our last video where we basically really started to see the motor start slowing down to the point where we made it to 20 miles exactly, and you could almost see the numbers drop below 10 miles an hour and everything like that. So far, it feels like at least we're doing well. We have 3 bars. We're gonna make this turn and then I'll get back to you. All right, so it appears we've now hit 20 miles. We still have 3 bars on our battery bar indicator. I don't know how great that is though, so let's see what our voltage looks like. We still have 44 volts. So technically, we're still cruising right now. So we're gonna do that loop again, just see how far we can take this. See if we can get it to the full 30 miles. I don't think we're gonna make it 30 miles. We have been riding around for an hour and 15 minutes, which is basically the time we figured last time to get to 20 miles, and that's where we're at now. So let's see if we can make it another 10 miles. I would be amazed. I'm not positive on that, especially, you know, we are cruising at 15 miles an hour. So this would once again impress me if it got to that point. But we're gonna do a turnaround up here. There's our cows out there in the field. I don't think you can see them today. And we'll do our turnaround again, do this loop again, and let's see if we can get to 30 miles. At 20 miles, I think we're gonna chat a little bit here. I will say that the battery life and the distance you get just throttle only impresses me. Now I'm excited to see how far we can get it with pedaling and pedal assist, and to see how far we can really do it. Now for those, we're going to try to do some longer trails that I hope won't have any issues with us doing somewhere in the vicinity of 18 miles, but I think it'll be a good test, or 18 miles an hour, I'm sorry. But I do think it'll be a good test. We're definitely gonna have to run some straighter line trails. So there is a trail in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey on both sides of the Delaware River that goes for miles and miles. I think the Pennsylvania side goes for 100 miles or something like that. So we will, it goes from, I don't even know, like Easton or something to maybe even further up to like Wilkes-Barre, actually, I think, now that I think about it. It goes from Wilkes-Barre to somewhere outside of Philadelphia. But I think we're going to do that trail and run that trail for our distance pedaling, because that'll give us a little greater distance to go rather than just doing these loops. And it should be a more interesting view while we're doing it as well. Some good sights to see and everything like that, rather than our just our little loop here. But with throttle only, I figured we were only going to get about 20 or 30 miles. We could just stick around our normal area here. So as we hit 21.7 miles right now, this is a little bit of an uphill, so we will slow down a little bit. But let's see how far we can go, and I'll check in and hopefully a couple more miles. By the way, I will say, I haven't said it yet this video, if you do enjoy these videos and testing out this Lectric XP and some of the range and the batteries and everything like that, please like this video. That helps us out a lot. Please subscribe to the channel to see more. We have 2 more pedal assist with pedaling videos for range tests for this bike. Hopefully we can get another bike out here to test out as well, even if we can just check out some of the newest bikes. But speaking of liking and subscribing, which obviously you can do now if you'd like. Speaking of liking and subscribing, I do want to send a shout out to everybody who's liked the videos and subscribed so far. It is greatly appreciated. I definitely did not think that me recording some of my biking videos and my little biking motivational shorts and the review and tests on my Lectric XP would get me. I think we're somewhere in the vicinity of 100 subscribers right now, and a ton of views. So it is greatly appreciated. And let's keep shooting it, man. Let's keep seeing if we can, reach the stars. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's keep riding. By the way, I'm going to take this time to pop in here for a second and tell you that on my last range test video, I was a little bit wrong about the lowest voltage that 48 volt battery can get. I'm going to pop this little diagram on the screen to show you that a 48 volt battery actually does charge up to somewhere in the vicinity of 54 to 56 volts, and can go into the 30s when it comes to like high 30s, like 38 volts, I think it is, for its lowest when it's basically dead. Also shout out to Tom's Gadget Garage, who I watched a video of his the other day and saw this graph, and it realized it was great, and realized I was wrong on my estimations. So shout out to him. If you haven't checked out his channel, it's pretty awesome. He tests out a ton of bikes, a ton of scooters too, and he's got a great channel. He's what I aspire to be, I should say. All right, everyone. So now that we've pulled our little turnaround again, we are now at 24.3 miles. We are effectively 6 miles away from the theoretical range of this battery. If the theoretical range is 30 miles. I could have been completely off in the beginning of this, but I believe it was 30 miles. I will say I was a little nervous when we did the turnaround. I was a little nervous when we did the turnaround at 20 miles. I wasn't quite sure if it had the oomph to get to 30 miles. She's still performing very well. We're going to slow down on this little hill coming up here. We typically will slow down to around 10 miles an hour. But so far, so good. We may actually get there. And once again, if we do, this bike and the battery and the distance you'll get with just throttle only is going to impress me. All right, everyone. So we are now at 25 miles. We are 5 miles away from 30 miles, which, if the math is correct, we should be able to get to. And I'll tell you what, so far, so good. We're going to cruise right back. We were just hitting that little uphill slope. I'm pretty impressed, because think about it this way. Even if you go out and don't pedal at all, you're going to get at least 25 miles from this battery. You're going to get 20 miles from the battery or more, because like I said, I am 300 pounds. I'm 6 foot tall, and I got 20 miles out of the standard 10.6 amp hour battery. I've so far gotten 25 miles out of the 14 amp hour battery and still going. And that's not pedaling at all. I am curious to see what we will actually get when we do our tests for pedaling with Pedal Assist 3 and our range for both of these batteries. It should be a fun test. It should be a long day. The good news is today wasn't as cold as the last time, so I am doing okay. A little chilly, but not too bad, and it's only a minor wind today. Boy, I cannot wait for the warmer days of spring to hit the Northeast. So we have slowed down a tiny bit when it comes to our average mile per hour. We are now averaging, well, we're going down to 13 and we're at 12. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's see, this might be it. We're gonna come up to the stop sign and then give it another start. All right, so we did get above 10 again. So let's see where we can get to now. We're just about to hit 26 miles, and we're now back to 13 miles an hour. So we're now back to the 14 miles an hour. So it could have just been a little bit of an uphill section, and you know, once the battery slowed down a little bit, it regenerated a little bit to get us back up there. But we are now 26 miles and still going. Currently, we have been riding. Well, let's check the voltage real quick. Our voltage right now is 41. So that's still pretty good. We've currently been riding for an hour and 38 minutes, almost an hour and 40 minutes. And we are now 26.3 miles into this range test. So if my calculations are correct, when we do our turnaround again, right around the cows, we will be at 28 miles. Let's see if we can get there. Now this is a slight uphill section, so we are dropping below 10 to get up it. But we do have a downhill or a flat section coming up here. You'll see we'll definitely get over 10 again. So the real test is going to be the turn, because I believe on the standard range battery, it was after the turn that really saw the miles per hour drop. So at the turn up here, we'll be at 27 miles. So she's definitely sluggish getting up to speed. And this is actually where we got up to speed around 10 miles an hour and then saw the energy drop. And it looks like the same thing is happening now. And I think that is it, folks. So I think on the long range battery test, throttle only, because we are now doing 5 miles an hour, I'm going to pull over here and swap out my battery. I'm going to turn around here because there's a little embankment over here where we can pull over. And I think that's it, folks. I think we're not getting the full 30 miles. I think we got 27.2 miles for this battery test. So bear with me a minute and I'll show you the battery just to verify. Hey everybody, sorry about that. Looks like my GoPro died just at the end of the test that we did there. So listen, we were able to get 27.2 miles. I will show you a photo right here of the battery, just to show you it is a 14 amp hour battery. We were able to get 27.2 miles, or 7.2 miles more than the standard battery with this. So listen, I appreciate it. Here's the, I'll pop up a little guide to show you what the actual routing on an app that shows us how many miles we did. It's usually very comparable. But thank you guys for watching. If you've stayed this far, please subscribe to the channel if you like these videos and you want to see more of it. This has been Dave with Dave's eBikes, and this has been our long-range Lectric XP throttle-only test. Until the next video, thanks everybody. Have a good one.